Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute. Text 7. Mata parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana ivam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So Krishna has been giving the knowledge about himself to Arjuna. Knowledge about himself. He said that this material world belongs to me. The living entities belong to me. He says, I'm the source of everything. And he's saying there is no truth superior to me. There is no one that is equal to or greater than Krishna. There's only one God. There cannot be two gods or three gods or millions of gods. God is only one. So, and that is Krishna. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. There's a common controversy whether the supreme absolute truth is personal or impersonal. As far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, the absolute truth is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and this is confirmed in every step. So many people say, oh, is the absolute truth a person, or no, absolute truth is not a person? But Srila Prabhupada is saying, as far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, it is very clear that God is a person. Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead. In this verse, in particular, it is stressed that the absolute truth is a person, that the personality of Godhead is the supreme absolute truth, is also the affirmation of the Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. That is, the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna, who is the primeval Lord, the reservoir of all pleasure, Govinda, and the eternal form of complete bliss and knowledge. So who is God? If we are curious to know who is God, what's his name? What is his position? It's very clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna keeps giving the knowledge about himself in Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, I'm God. He's saying that openly. I'm God. Everything is coming from me. Everything is resting on me. So, and God is a person because Krishna is a person, and that's how he's speaking the Bhagavad Gita. If he were not a person, how would he speak? He's standing in front of Arjuna and all the other warriors. So he's a person. It's also Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Even Lord Brahma is saying that the supreme absolute truth is Krishna. He's the reservoir of all pleasure. And his form, Satchidananda Vigraha, his form is eternal, full of bliss and full of knowledge. These authorities leave no doubt that the absolute truth is the supreme person, the cause of all causes. So the absolute truth is the supreme person and is the cause of all causes. The impersonalist, however, argues on the strength of the Vedic version given in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad 3.10. Yato yad uttarataram tat arupam anamayam ya etad vidur amritas te bhavanti athe tare dukham eva piyanti. In the material world, Brahma, the primeval living entity within the universe, is understood to be the supreme among the demigods, human beings, and lower animals. But beyond Brahma, there is the transcendence, who has no material form and is free from all material contaminations. Anyone who can know him also becomes transcendental, but those who do not know him suffer the miseries of the material world. So in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, there is verses there that inside this material world, Lord Brahma is the most supreme. Lord Brahma, he's the most intelligent of us. He's the most supreme of all of us in this material world. And then after that, there are the demigods, and there are the human beings, and there are lower animals. But beyond Lord Brahma, there is a transcendental being who has no material form, has no material contamination, means no material passion, ignorance, no material goodness. And Sheteshwara Upanishad is saying, once you can understand this him, you will also become transcendental. And you do not need to suffer in the material world. So the impersonalists put more stress on the word arupam, but this arupam is not impersonal. It indicates the transcendental form of eternality, bliss, and knowledge. So just because Soteshwara Upanishad is saying who has no material form, we cannot say that God has no form. Well, he does not have a material form, but there are so many thousands of evidences which gives that Satchidananda Vigraha, that God's form is eternal, full of bliss, and full of knowledge. It doesn't mean if somebody does not, if one does not have a material form, that there is no spiritual form. Then this is thinking that, oh, material energy is the most superior. That's again misunderstanding the fact. Misunderstanding the fact, because material energy is inferior. Spiritual energy is superior. There is spiritual form. God has a spiritual form, transcendental form, a form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Sat Chit Ananda. Lord Brahma is also saying this. Other verses in the Shruteshvatara Upanishad 3.8 to 9 substantiate this as follows. So there are other verses also in the Svateshvatara Upanishad which are giving us to the evidence of the form of God. Vedaham etam purusham mahantam aditya varnam tamasaha parastat tam eva vidit vati mrityum eti nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya yasmat param na param asti kinchet yasman naniyo no jyayo asti kinchet riksha iva stabdo divitishtati ekas tenedam purnam purushena sarvam. I know that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to all material conceptions of darkness. Only he who knows him can transcend the bonds of birth and death. There is no way for liberation other than this knowledge of that Supreme Person. So Shveteshwara Upanishad has so many other verses which are pointing out that God is a person and saying that if we at all want to get out of this material world, we have to know about this transcendental person. And only then can we get out of this cycle of birth and death. Only then can we get liberation. There is no truth superior to that Supreme Person because he is the supermost. So Shveteshwara Upanishad is saying that God is one. He is the Supreme Person and there is no one more superior than him. It's something we have to understand. The source can be only one. When we say superior, there's no one more superior than Krishna. There's no one more superior than God. He's the supermost. He's smaller than the smallest and he's greater than the greatest. He's situated as a silent tree and he illumines the transcendental sky. And as a tree spreads its roots, he spreads his extensive energies. So God has omnipotencies. When we say God is omnipotent, means he has many, many potencies, means he has many, many energies. And by his many, many energies, he is pervading. He is maintaining the entire material and spiritual worlds. From these verses, one concludes that the Supreme Absolute Truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all-pervading by his multi-energies, both material and spiritual. So God is a person, and he has material energy and he has spiritual energy. And that's how he's all-pervading. So he's all-pervading by his energies, and yet he's a person. And all the scriptures are giving evidence to it. So we need to understand the scriptures in the correct light and not misinterpret the scriptures. Is that okay? So God is a person. He has unlimited names. And one of the favorite names by which we call him is Krishna. And he has many, many energies, material energies and spiritual energies. And it's by his energies that he's all pervading. Like the sun planet is pervading by its sunshine. Sunshine is the energy of the sun. The sun planet is in one place, but by the sunshine, it's all pervading. Now, just because there is a sunshine, should we say that there is no sun planet anymore? No, the planet exists. That's the reason the sunshine is there. So God exists. That's why all his energies are everywhere. This is what we need to understand. So we need to hear more and more about God so that we can get out of these bonds of birth and death. Is that okay?
Yes. I think this is a very, very important shloka.
Oh, yes.
Right?
It's one of the,
Yeah.
yes, it is. It's one of the very, very important and very quoted many times, because Krishna is giving his position here. He's saying there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Everything is resting on Krishna, on Krishna's energies. We can't see, when the pearls are there in a necklace, we can't see the thread. But if the thread was not there, the necklace wouldn't be there. Pearls won't be able to stay together. So does it mean because we can't see the thread that there is no thread? What do you think?
Thread is there. Thread is there.
Yes. Thread is there. It's the thread that is holding all the pearls into a necklace. So this is what Krishna is saying. You can't see me, but everything is resting on me. That's why he's using this analogy of pearls and thread. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that Krishna is not there. He is there. He's saying it openly. He himself is declaring his position. So yes, very important verse. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll stop here for today. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.